Hello and welcome to the 13th episode of my cryptocurrency series. Today I'm going to talk about Envelop project. Now this project is quite special for me because it's not just talking about another NFT project or another gaming project. It's actually an NFT project that has real use case and real value. I see every day there are different NFT projects coming, same thing, marketplace or access to particular IDO or random things. And I see a lot of 10,000 series projects coming out, this NFT or that NFT. And after a month, the price drops. So the floor price may be 1 Ethereum today, but next month is going to go down to 0, unless there's a very special case and it's hyped by influencers. So I was really looking for a really good project that not only has NFT use case, but it actually has much more beyond that. It's something you can think about the long term, not just for a quick flip. And luckily, I found Envelop, which is also part of Scaleswap launch, which is my favorite launchpad. So let me talk a bit more about what Envelop will do. Let's think about some of the problems that we currently have in the market. So I look at the white paper and I agree with some of the market problems. So the first problem is market speculation. How do you actually know the price of these NFTs? It's basically you go to the marketplace on different marketplaces and you see that floor price is 1 Ethereum, 2 Ethereum, 0.1 Ethereum, and then you get triggered and you buy it and hope for a quick flip or a profit. Now, this is a speculation in the market. And it's even harder because NFTs, unlike fungible tokens, are not liquid. So sometimes you will be stuck with that for life if that hype is gone. Of course, if not, you might get lucky and you can even make hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what I'm trying to say is it's not a very standard approach. It's not a currency. It's a non-fungible token. So that's a problem for people who are not experienced. I'll be honest, I'm not super experienced in the NFT space. I'm more experienced in the fungible token space. But I know enough that I might get scammed or I might find this project for a 10,000 series and it might not actually be a real value behind it. There's a lot of claims behind all of these, giving you an access to elite club, giving you access to real assets, but until you have them, you don't know if that's true. And there's a lot of copy paste happening right now. Another problem is the integration of the solution. How many times you're trying to mint an NFT on ETH and you have to pay a lot of gas fee, you have to pay a lot of minting fee, and then you are also holding multiple wallets on Binance, on Solana, on different chains. And then you have that problem that you cannot have them in one place. You connect your wallet, you have to switch the wallet to another network before you can access to everything. Or if you want to just move them from one to another, or if you want to transfer it, you have to pay fees, especially if they're on Ethereum. Another problem is the transparency. Some of them claim to have tokens behind them, but you don't know because they don't actually have that sort of wrap token model with the NFTs. You do have wrap tokens right now with the synthetics, and that's a good approach. But with the NFTs, I haven't seen that happening. Another problem that you have is the peer-to-peer marketplace. So with the stock market or even with the cryptocurrency now, there are some index pricing that you can do. And based on that index pricing, just like how ETFs or exchange traded funds are, that can help you as a retailer buyer or as a retail seller to get a proper pricing or proper asset valuation. That's an oracle function that a lot of projects do. They call it automatic asset valuation. And the last part is, of course, the attack on DeFi market. So, of course, there's impermanent loss. There's ID spoofing. Yes, there's ID spoofing. There's scam. There's a lot of social engineering that they do to sell you the tokens, to sell you the NFTs. So these are the reality of what we have in the decentralized space. It's less regulated and there are these issues. So either we need to regulate everything or we need projects that at least solve these sort of issues for us. Now, with Envelop, they have brought a lot of solutions here. So with them, they act as three functions. There are protocols, so that helps you wrap the tokens, distribute royalty if you're an artist. You can also add transaction values. So that's the protocol function that you have, wrap. If you're an oracle, the functionality is basically you can see the transaction value of the NFTs, get rid of the spam transactions, make sure the transactions are performed. So being in a secure space, basically. The index function is what I mentioned earlier about having the aggregation of price in one place from different sources. So you have the real price because if it's not from different places, you might get not scammed, but basically you might pay more than you have to. There's a lot of use cases actually for this. So possible use cases, I went to the document and some of them I liked was, of course, in a marketplace, that's very useful because you can move from one chain to another, or you could wrap your NFT or have wrap token in it and be present in a different chain. The other functionality is the protocol functionality, which I just mentioned, the creation platform for the artist, the launchpad. So imagine you're a launchpad and you want to provide the tokens to the holders, but your token holders need to have, for example, a certain amount of gas fee paid in Ethereum to do it. You don't need to have that function here. If people just at their downtime, they purchase the NFT and it's time locked for the release of the public sale or private sale, that can just act as a contract and they can release that from the time lock that they have. So that helps with the gas fee. That also helps clear any questions that people message, please release our token, please airdrop our token. If you're the owner of the NFT, you can easily get your tokens transferred to you or airdrop to you, or you can even claim on a smart contract after you verify the NFT. The other function is you could actually transfer that NFT to someone else by selling that, and that makes the other person owner of that launchpad token. So you can transfer the ownership as well, and you don't need to worry about the third-party cost or worry about the project cost. NFT valuation marketplace, of course, another function that we discussed, online gaming, metaverse. This is also cool functionality because now in the metaverse, they're doing a lot of sale of land or sale of cars or sale of other utilities. And you need sort of an evidence to make sure this is ownership for you. So having that NFT with the functionality wrapped inside it, that sort of helps you in the future to say, I hold this and this land belongs to me. Or if you want to transfer the land ownership to someone else, again, you could use this functionality. You could also in the future, this is very futuristic, but do it in the real life, you know, I mean, car sales, real estate, even classic finance. Now, the other function is music. So you could have royalty attached to this now with this functionality. You can have the royalty attached to this, and the artists can get royalty every time there's a sale. There's an element attached to it, and each transaction will translate to a small amount of fee, and that fee becomes a royalty for the music, for the musician, basically. So that's a lot of functionality that this project is doing at the same time. And that's what they say. So as a creator, you set the parameter for the NFT. So the royalties, exactly, the time locks, the transaction locks, that gives them the royalty. As the holder, you'll get better NFT growing price, that indexing functionality. The trader gets a better execution of trades. Again, having that indexing and Oracle functionality, the app opportunity to receive royalties from games. Games are very hot right now. In-game objects, in-game collaterals, even renting your land, renting your car is a functionality. Again, you can do through the NFTs and wrapping function. Marketplace I explained already, but these are sort of functionalities that you can have from Envelop project. Now, what I'm also impressed is they have a very good team, and they also have a lot of good partnerships as well as getting good grants. So they actually became top 10 at Binance Russia Hackathon as the top 3 projects for their presentation. They got a grant from Rarible, and you know Rarible is a project that everyone in NFT space should know. So you can see the video as well here, how they got this category of MVP functionality. And also they got an award from my favorite chain, which is Polygon chain, and because of the protocol functionality. Now let's go to the team functionality and the team experience. The team has wealth of experience in finance, in blockchain, and also in NFT space. And when you look at some of them, for example, Alexander, he was the co-founder of Even Foundation, which is a fintech startup focused on blockchain and general fintech. And he's been working at Envelop for 1.5 years. So he's long-term also in this project, in crypto terms, of course, long-term. Or Dimitri, he's also a fantastic person in finance and payment solutions. And I guess a lot of the ideas is coming from him as well for this project, as well as the rest of the team. So they have quite an impressive background. Now, what I really liked about this project is the partnerships that they have. So you can see not only they have partnerships from companies like Waterdrip or different companies that are good venture capitalists, they also have partnership with exchanges, so Gate.io, AEX, and other exchanges. Most importantly, they have already started partnering with those VCs, but also with projects. NFT Stars, I mean, it's beyond this video to go for each of them, but NFT Stars is an app for NFT marketplace. Capscoin, they're gonna start selling NFTs like stickers. Art Digital is another one. Art Wallet is an NFT art wallet. Basically, you can have wallet and have all of your NFTs in one place. Pikipo is another NFT. Purify is another one. Death Road is a game that they launched on Red Kite, a play-to-earn game. So they've already partnered with gaming. They've partnered with different NFT projects as well as launchpads. So they're partnered with Scaleswap not only for the launch, but also for ongoing partnership, because Scaleswap is also going to become more of a DAO, and they're probably going to give NFTs. They're going to give rewards to the long-term holders who are loyal to the company. So this is, I think, something that's good not only for launch, not only for one announcement on Twitter, but also for an ongoing customer. And I heard from the team they might have an ambitious goal to have up to 100 project partnerships in the first year and customer. So that's really bullish to hear from a team that they have such a high appetite. In terms of their social media, which is also important, they have a social media in different language. So they have 12,000 people on Twitter, but they also have news coverage for Russia, news coverage for China, and news coverage in English. So they're covering the main hubs basically for crypto. They also have a YouTube channel. And I was very surprised to watch this because they have covered a lot of Russian speaking people, but they've also covered a lot of projects around the world that are doing NFTs, that are doing gaming, and they're doing interviews with them. So it's like they're building the pipeline basically in the future. Scaleswap, they also did a video with them last week with Art Wallet as well. And that was a really good video. I highly recommend you to watch it. I might put the link down in the description, but there is a lot of partnerships that they're doing, and that's the right strategy if you're holding for a long-term objective. The last part, that's my favorite part, is the tokenomics of the project. So in terms of the tokenomics, it was, to be honest, a bit hard to find the detail. So I had to dig in a bit. Let's talk about the utility. So from what I just mentioned about the DAO function that they have, about the Oracle function that they have, about how it works, the token holding is going to have a lot of benefit. I think you could have access to future private sales. They're going to wrap the NFT inside the NFTs. You're probably going to have benefits as a DAO member. You're probably going to get some fee benefits. So I think this is a project you don't want to sell quickly. You want to hold the token long term to be part of that DAO community and ongoing benefits from that token. Now, in terms of the sale, which is an important part to cover as well, they're going to have an initial market cap of $850,000. They're going to have 500 million token supply in total. 5% of that, around 5% of that will be released during the token generation event, which is not a huge deal. And as you can see, this time the sale is quite limited, $300 allocations for the private and $60K. Now, the other part is they're going to also have some tokens on Gate.io exchange, as well as another exchange, I think ZB IEO. So you can also buy those on the exchange on the first day, exchange listing, and they're going to be on Binance Smart Chain, on Polygon and Ethereum. So they have all the bullish factors. In terms of allocations as well, it was, again, very hard for me to find out everything, but they have 18% seed, 27% private, team is 12%, partnership is 5%, and then 10% for the project pool, 17% for the ecosystem, 2% for the crowd or public investors. For us, if we are doing it publicly, everything is going to be claimed the first day. But if you're a private sale, you're subject to a more strict situation where you get 10% on the day one when they do the TGE, and then you have to wait 2 months for the next 10%, and you have to wait 3 months for the next. It goes like that up until the 16th month. And the seed has even more strict situations. So you're basically having to wait for a long time. Same for the team. So they're trying to reduce the sell pressure from this project. And that's why they're doing a little bit of sale for public just to get everyone interested, but they're not doing a maximum of, $500 or $1,000. So this means the tokenomics is pretty good. In terms of my prediction for Niftsy token, Niftsy is the name of the token for Envelop. In terms of the Niftsy token, I would say now we are in a peak of bull run, and I'm not going to give prediction again because it depends on how the day goes. I think around between 5x to 7x, but the thing is, I don't want to think of this token as something you're going to quickly flip, because think about all the functionalities they have in their roadmap, which you can see on their website. If that's actually going to happen, you don't want to hold this token only for one day. You want to hold this for a year, get benefit as a DAO member, and getting your hands into as much token as you can so you can reap the benefits of this project. And I from what I'm seeing, I think that's the right approach to do. But of course, there's no financial advice in this video. You can do as you wish. Right now, also, I checked on Telegram. There's a few competitions happening. So if you go to the Scaleswap page, by the way, they're closing the sale registration tonight. So make sure you register yourself if you want to participate in the public sale. And that's going to be exclusively on Scaleswap. So don't forget about that. Now, I saw this announcement that was really interesting. So they're going to have a competition where Envelop is going to have tokens of multiple projects that were launched in Scaleswap wrapped into one NFT for 25 people as a special NFT. So this is really interesting. So they're going to actually show the use case of this project via this NFT and encourage the community. So there you go, another functionality. You can even use them for giveaways. Another thing that they're doing on their own websites, which is what I've seen, is they are going to have the tokens, some of the tokens pre-sale on the marketplace today up until the 21st. I'll put a link to the Telegram group so you can see, and you would sort of have access to the private sale token, and the token is time locked. So you'll get the token released based on the time lock, basically. So make sure you also check the Telegram group of this project, and I'll put the link down in the description. Other than that, there's nothing else I would like to cover. Tonight, also, there's going to be a Ask Me Anything session with the team on Scaleswap. I'll put a link to that as well. But depending on the time you watch this video, you might miss it out. If you go to the Scaleswap channel anyway, they always have the video recorded. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you also agree with me that this is a project that's going to actually help us NFT fans and crypto fans in the long term. And please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any question about this project, or if you need more information, if you have any feedback, please comment below as well. And thank you for watching another episode. See you later.